Okay, last video we looked at how to use loft to go loft from one shape to the other. That will take the shortest possible route. So when we did that, we noticed that I had a really straight line from one point to the next. If you wanted to have a specific shape in between those two lines, you need to use something called rails. Now, I mentioned in the first video it was important you drew from the center point for lofting, and you'll see why now. If we go into the origin, you should be able to choose the correct work plane that intersects the halfway point of that first circle. So that's flat, that's not going to do it. That one is right in the middle. Choose that one, select it, and I'm going to create a sketch on that plane. So click on create sketch, like that. I'm going to move back down to a three-dimensional view here. I'm also, before I start drawing on that, I'm going to project and include this line, this circle, and that circle within that sketch. So now I can join points to here and here, and I'll show you what that means in just a second. So I'm going to make sure I project all of the previous stuff into this new sketch, like that. Now what that will allow me to do will be to use spline to get curved surfaces. And if I draw a curved shape in, I can snap to the ends of those circles. So if I select that to finish that, I'm happy with that. I'm going to draw a line down the middle here, and you'll see why in a second. And I want exactly the same on the other side, so I'm going to use mirror. So it'll ask me for an object, that's my object, and it'll ask me for a mirror line, that's the reason I drew that line down the middle, and I get exactly the same thing there. So if I go to stop the sketch, and you can see there that I've got this shape in between here. I'm going to try loft again. Go to loft, choose the first shape and the second shape. Alright, it goes exactly what it did before, it takes the shortest possible route, but this time I'm going to choose some rails. And if I click on that rail, it takes that shape, and click on that rail, it takes that shape. So now instead of going from one side of from the shortest possible route, it's followed those rails that I've made. And now I can get this kind of really interesting shapes and forms using rails when lofting.